Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Attract Mode, presented by Lady Arcaders. My name is Emmie Elliott, and I will be your host this wonderful afternoon. How are you tonight, chat? Tonight, I'm tired. I'm so sorry. I have time zones all over the place. Maybe it's tonight for you somewhere. Lady Arcaders is an all-women's gaming collective that runs weekly showcases and the occasional charity event. We strive to uplift and encourage women in their gaming endeavors by cultivating a supportive environment in which to showcase their talents. Speaking of charity events, last 2023 was a huge success, with us raising $2,842.07 for CARE. The VODs for the event are available on Twitch, but we will have them up on YouTube this week. We're going to be hopping into our first run here in a moment with Hyper Light Drifter. HLD is a really cool looking game. Orchid will be using the Alt Drifter, which is a playable character that you can unlock by completing the game once. So, let's put our hands together for Hyper Light Drifter, Alt Drifter, any percent, no major glitches by TheDivineOrchid and ValeriaAsteria on commentary. Take it away.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Lady Arcaders channel. Tripping over my tongue already, that's an excellent start. As explained, I will be running the Alt Drifter speedrun, which is a little different. We have a little less maximum health, our attack speed is a little quicker, so we're gonna zoom. Fingers crossed, we're gonna zoom. As explained, I'm joined here by the lovely Val, if you'd like to say hello.
Hello, it's me.
Excellent. Excellent. Alright, time for some drifting. Are we hype? Ready? Yeah?
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm gonna see myself out now because that was a terrible pun. Like seriously.
Just drift forward. It's good.
Sometimes to the side. Yeah.
Ah.
Hopefully not off the cliffs, which I'm kind of notorious for doing. So we'll see how it goes. Is everybody ready for the countdown? And we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go! So immediately you're gonna see it throughout the run. Whenever we load into the game or if we die, we're gonna use the button to sit down and stand back up because it's a lot quicker than the usual animation for standing up. We're gonna grab the map because if we don't, we are trapped in this room forever. Fun little fact about these little pink doors is when we open them, the hitbox of the door actually opens before the animation does, so we kind of just sort of dash through them. This little cutscene is going to show us the end game. This is what we have to do. So the game's split up into 4 different areas: north, east, west, and south. We're going to complete them in that order, I should say. And in each area, the objective is to collect 4 different modules and activate the giant tower. As you can see, despite the fact that it's Hyper Light Drifter, we are dashing slowly because it's faster than slow walking. And when it comes to the combat, you'll notice that they died very quickly. And that is because we do what we refer to as plinking. So what we can do is we attack with the pistol, and then we attack with our regular attack, and it effectively allows us to double damage because our pistol deals 1 damage and our attack does base 1 damage. We're going to collect that little yellow bit there. We need to collect 12 of them in total by the time we get to the end of North, and you will see why eventually. I don't want to spoil that because, well, I mean, it's not, but yeah, tripping over myself again.
Is that giant okay?
He's just chilling. He's just hanging out. You know, we see him again a little bit later. Oh yeah, quite literally. Honestly, this game is visually. What am I doing? It's visually stunning, especially for a pixel art game, and the music. Yeah. It has a great soundtrack, which I very rarely get to hear because when I'm running in my own time, I turn the music off and play my own. Kind of helps me focus a little bit. Hopefully, we're not going to get bit in the bum by the little. Oops, nope. I'm just going to drop off the edge instead, and again. I thought that was going to happen again. So everyone, yep, so that is the Jackal. He shows up, and everybody get ready to say hello to our best friend Gary, because Gary here likes to show up in every region we go to. Story-wise, we're supposed to talk to him. He tells us a little bit about the region through artwork and highlights on the map where some of the modules are. But because we know where everything is, we don't actually talk to Gary, but we say hello to him anyway, because, you know, blessed run and all that. We will be
Stay-a-man vibe.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, his outfit changes depending on the region we're in. So now that we've got our first module number 1, we're going to pause and unpause. because it prevents the game from forcing the map open on us, which is a little bit rude. You know, let us do that willingly. There's a gap there. Let's remember that gap. Yeah, we go. I usually fall off there too, actually. We're just gonna go. Oh, got stuck there. Leave me alone. Panic darking noises. Get used to it. I do that a lot. So we got bit on the bum a little bit. Welcome to the cultists, which is why on my own personal splits the name is bird related. Those purple beams that you see deal 2 damage, and as explained before, missed it. We only have 3 maximum health, so we don't. Whoa, okay. There we go. Oh, you're still alive. There we go. So yeah, they deal. We're gonna grab this key. Why? Who knows? We'll find out in about 10-12 minutes ish, give or take, maybe a little bit longer. Mystery. Oh, go away. So you're probably wondering why I haven't healed yet, and it's because there are a lot of places in the run where we can heal without actually losing any time, and this is one of them once we grab our bit number 4 to make our very first full gear bit. Isn't that exciting? We only need 2 more. Ooh, God, that audio is a little bit loud on my end, isn't it?
You're selling your strawberry jam.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're gonna dash here twice, kill this bird, grab that bit, grab that medkit, and be on our merry way. So we're coming up on what is the first arena, and we didn't get soft lock, which is great. So arenas are literally, as they sound, we get locked into a room. We have to kill the enemies before the game will let us out again. Interestingly enough, in certain arenas, it's not every enemy we have to kill. There's a specific set list. There it is. There we go. I sometimes miss that one. And kill the beastie there. We're going to wait for this bird to spawn and murder that one. Boop. There we go. And we're done with that arena. Some arenas have more enemies than you actually need to kill. It's like a very specific set list before the door will open. Which is pretty interesting. We're going to grab that warp point because we will need it very shortly. The other interesting thing to know about the combat as well is when enemies are spawning in, their hitbox is actually active before they are, so in a lot of cases we can kill stuff before it even has the chance to react to the fact that we're even there. Which is pretty neat. Gonna make our way down to downtown, walking fast, drifting fast I should say. Always with the jokes. This is what you can expect from me for the rest of the day. We're gonna grab...
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's good quality comedy. So we're gonna slip over here, grab our 7th bit, I should say, before we head to our second module and hopefully not get shot in the butt. It's falling platforms. There we go. Open that door. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not like them to just stay there like that. That's a little weird. Okay, well I guess I'm coming to them. So we're gonna slip through the secret little wall. Use this little pad here and grab the second module. Now, interestingly enough, if we hold on to the activate button while activating the module, we can open the map and teleport at the same time. And what it does is it allows us to stack the animation of opening the module and the teleportation animation at the same time. So there's actually no waiting around. So we're gonna go. Oh yeah, we do it a lot. And the timing on it it's both forgiving and a little tight in certain places. It's a little bit odd. So we have our module number 3. We only need 1 more, and then we have the bird pope to deal with, aka jerk pope, because he can be pretty rude. So we're gonna go ahead and open this door now that we have our 3 Doritos. Whew, I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute today.
You're hyper late talking.
With the jokes.
How does alt drift differ from regular drifter?
That is an excellent question. So as I said briefly at the start of the run, the alt drifter has a maximum of 3 health, whereas standard drifter has 5. So we have 2 less health to work with. I need to double check with the community at some point, but it feels like alt drifter moves a little bit faster than standard does. And you'll notice that our main attack is this sort of beam thing that we fire forward, whereas the standard drifter uses a sword which attacks much slower. So I don't know how that died. I'll take it though. So 1 second, we're just gonna go ahead and quit and reload here real quick just to skip a little animation. So yeah, the alt drifter has less health, but we attack much faster, and the basic attack has a bit more range on it too, actually, so we can hit things from a little further away. I'm going to go ahead and grab that secret med pack. The best thing about the fact that I've spent a lot of time doing terribly this game is I know where every med pack on the route is. So, you know, silver lining to not doing super great to start with. So we're coming up on the bird pub that I mentioned. I'm going to try and get as much info on this boss as we can, but we're going to see more of those purple squares. Each of those squares will do 2 damage, so we can only really afford to take 1 hit. Various different patterns. You'll see this pathing, it will track the drifter to a degree that we can avoid. You'll see the cross pan and an X pan. He will occasionally move to the sides of the room. Okay, we're good. Nope. Okay, we got caught out. I think this should be phase 3. Yeah, so we're good. Don't need to heal. Once he moves back to the center of the room, we'll... I forgot about the birds. That's an unfortunate death. The advantage, the nice thing is though, is if he moves back to the center of the room earlier, because when he teleports to one of the sides of the rooms, he actually teleports, oh Jesus, to the side we're facing. So when he moves back and we deal with the birds, if we wiggle left to right from the direction, oh Jesus, okay, we can actually, this is not going well. I'm actually just going to go ahead and focus on this real quick.
Okay. This guy's trolling.
Yeah, this is why we call him Jerk Pop. 5, okay, back in the center of the room, so birds. So we're going to wiggle from left to right because it stalls the AI from making a decision on which side to go to. Can get it to last a little bit longer than that, but not today it seems. Oh, come on, stay there, and we finally got it. Excellent. Third time's the charm. Perfect spot for him to die into because we're going to grab our last 3 bits and then dash straight out of the room. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Perfect place for him to die. You also learn that the bird pop is actually just 2 birds in a court, quite literally. Which is pretty funny. We're going to go ahead and grab that laser rifle because we are going to be using it a little bit in East. Once we activate this tower... hang on a minute. I've never actually done that before. Hilarious. So we're going to, we're going to use the ability to activate something and teleport at the same time. So we stack the animations and there's no waiting around. We are now officially done with North. And I bet you're all wondering why on earth we've been gathering those little yellow squares. And here's the reason why. So we're going to go ahead and just pop into the shop real quick. Going to hold the activate button to talk to the guy. And now, this is where the run busts open because now we have the chain dash. The timing of which is a little bit awkward. But now we can obviously dash much faster. God, that's a mouthful. You'll notice in the top left of the screen above my health, we now have a little stamina bar. Chain dashing, I don't need it. Chain dashing takes up our stamina in 2s, 3s, and even more. You'll see most of the time we dash in chains of 2 because it uses the least amount of stamina. And also if we dash in 3s and we hit a wall, we bonk into the wall, which knocks us over, and it takes like a couple of seconds to get back up. Dashing more than 3 times, 4 and above, if we stop dashing, we actually slide forward, which again kind of slows us down a little bit. So you'll see throughout the run that we dash mostly in 2s, occasionally in 3s, and in 1 or 2 spots we do a full chain dash because it's just an ideal spot to do it in. Yeah, I think that covers the chain dash, I think. Yeah, it's pretty much the rest. A lot of the rest of the run is just stamina management, really, just to keep the Jesus. The other reason why chain dashing, getting the timing down, takes some practice and getting used to is because it's actually pretty tight timing. It's like one input every 0.3 seconds ish, give or take, to get the full chain dash going. So it's pretty precise, and it's very tight, which is why you see me occasionally mess it up. But if we mess it up, there's like a 0.5 second cooldown on it too, so we even have to wait a little bit longer before we do it. So we're just going to completely ignore this warp point because we don't actually use it at all in East. Oops, and there's the bonk. Hey, first bonk of the run. That usually happens a lot sooner, not going to lie. We're gonna...
very pretty.
Oh, it's absolutely stunning. East visually is my favorite area, like visually of the run in Tall. West is my favorite for movement, but we'll get to that. Yep, exactly. Bonk, indie villain, bonk. We bonk all the time here.
Is it an action adventure game if you can't bonk?
Exactly. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this medkit first. We do our best to keep a maximum of 3 health kits at any time, because if you have 3 take damage and pick up a fourth one, it just auto heals. Okay, this is not going how I wanted it to. Yeah. Oh, okay, it died. Whew. So we have. Oh, was that our first? No, that's this is module 2. And I can't count. There we go. The other thing, the other fun thing about dashing as well is, it is not a dodge. We do not have iframes in this game at all. So, if an attack knocks you down and then you get hit again, you just have to sit there and take the damage because we have 0 iframes. As I said, the dashing is not a dodge in the slightest.
A little bit ago, you splooshed into the water and a bunch of enemies fell in. Was that tactical?
Let's say yes.
Okay.
Let's say that was entirely necessary. So we've got our next arena here. We're going to push that bug over there to explode and deal however much damage that was. I can't remember off the top of my head. Go and kill that dude. And we're going to go ahead. And this is why we have the laser rifle. We're going to stand here, line it up, and kill both of those at the same time. Kill that goblin, gremlin, whatever they're called. Last plant bug, and that's the arena done. Fairly cleanly, I must say. Now, you all remember the key we picked up at the start of the run earlier on in North. This is where we use it, and I pray to all gods that may or may not exist that this room goes well, because this is the flame room, and I have lost a lot of runs to this room, I'm not going to lie. So we're going to go ahead and get our third module through here, and hopefully not get hit by the flamethrowers. Going to kill that guy because he gets in the way, kill that one. Oh, help. Gonna wait for that flamethrower to go off, grab that, and full health again. Excellent. I didn't die, so I'm calling it clean. We're gonna go ahead and quit. Yeah, it was. We're gonna quit and reload there again, not because it skips an animation, but because it actually resets the flamethrower cycles and the enemy positions, which makes getting out much easier than. Oh, I'm gonna take that heal for sure. It makes getting out much easier than getting in when it goes cleanly. I swear I know what I'm doing.
Is there a degree of invulnerability when it's still like fuzzy and loading in at the very beginning?
Yeah, so the flamethrower hitboxes are kind of weird. I don't know the details on it, but like you can kind of walk through them when they first spawn, which is pretty interesting, I think.
Takes a bit for it to heat up a bit, perhaps?
Yeah, probably. Again, we're gonna get to this. We see the jackal, which means everybody get your hellos ready because here comes Gary in a completely new outfit.
Gary.
Yeah, he's got the pink and blue.
Man too.
Yeah. So he's out here doing his work, dealing with the evil frogs that are invading the land of the otters. That's pretty much the law around here. You can, if you look carefully when you play through in the lake and stuff, you can see the corpses of otters floating in the water because they own the place, and the frogs came in and invaded, which isn't very nice of them. There's also a really cool cutscene introduction to the boss, where you see the giant frog boss munching on an otter, but not to spoil too much. Hey, that went pretty well actually. You're not going to get to see that cutscene. I'll just leave it at that, because that is coming up pretty soon. I'm going to hit that guy just to refill the ammo count. Which is how we get our bullets back. I don't think I actually said that, but you refill your ammo by dealing damage to especially enemies. You can also hit environmental objects to get a quick refill. So we have to come all the way up here to see that the bridge isn't there. Oh wow, they lined up quite nicely for me actually. We're gonna get this arena done. I'm gonna kill those plant bugs as well as frogs, and I'm gonna take that heal so I don't die again. I'm just gonna go ahead and chain dash out. There was the slide. Kill this frog. We're gonna open this to get through the room. Don't get. Yep, I knew it. Let's be careful. Yeah, we're good. We're not good. We're not good. Okay, we're good.
Trade by the bonk almost.
Yeah. Panicked orchid noises, and perfect time to heal because we have to wait for this to become active anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and we're doing this last arena, which is another great example of not having to kill everything to move on. So while I do this, oh, I'm gonna get hit by that. Flare. No, we're not. Okay, we're good. So we're coming up on the bus, and we're going to be skipping the cutscene to start with, which is pretty interesting because projectiles, the hitboxes for projectiles continue to exist so long as the projectile exists on screen. So we're going to fire a bullet into the arena and then dash into it by going 1, 2, 3, 4, fire. Oh, I missed it. Actually, I kind of want to quit and reload. Normally I wouldn't, but I really want to show this off because it's one of my favorite things about the run, to be perfectly honest. I do hope nobody minds. 1, 2, 3, 4, shoot. Wait, okay, one last try, I promise. One last try, and then we're just gonna deal with it. Because it also saves like 8 seconds. Although not anymore, but 1, 2, 3, 4, shoot. Okay, we're just gonna have to watch this. So we get to see this grim cutscene of the frog toad eating the otter.
Oh, so the shoot would interrupt the cutscene?
Yeah, so what happens is we're gonna stand here and just lock the AI into a specific animation so we don't get hit. But what happens is we dash 4 times, fire a bullet into the arena, then dash into the arena to trigger the cutscene, but the bullet continues to exist, so it hits the boss and interrupts the cutscene, is how it's supposed to work. I wasn't gonna reset again because it's just not worth it at that point. I mean, it wasn't really worth it the first time, but I just, like I said, I really wanted to try and show that off. But for some reason, I messed it up. But yeah, it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and quit and reload there just to save the animation of the tower. We're almost done with East. We have one more module left to get if you've been counting, but there's also a nice little surprise that we get to pick up that we're going to be using for the rest of our boss fights, and that is this here shotgun. I need to make sure that it replaced the right weapon. Yes, it did. Cool. So the shotgun is pretty cool. It fires 5 shots in a short range blast. Each bullet does 1 damage, so if you're standing against something you deal 5 damage, and then we plink with it by attacking straight after, so we do a shotgun plink. But the thing about that is the shotgun has a recoil, a cooldown. You have to wait like a couple of seconds before you can fire it again, which is obviously pretty slow. So what we actually do is every time we plink with the shotgun, we actually switch to the pistol and then back to the shotgun, because that resets the cooldown, so we can just quick attack with the shotgun effectively. So we are now officially done with East. We're moving into West, the Crystal Forest. I like to refer to it. Halfway there, we're nearly, well, most of the way there. I like to call it the hitbox forest because the trees have bigger hitboxes. The trees are bigger than they appear, basically. So it's pretty easy to get stuck on everything. But we're going to go ahead and grab our first module here, like, immediately. Fun little fact, North is the only area where you get all 4 modules before the boss fight. So everywhere else we'll gather 3, we'll do the boss, and then we grab the 4th module straight after it. West has some pretty cool movement, like I said, just because of the way the trees are set up. It has a couple of arenas that we actually skip, which is pretty cool. One of them coming up fairly soon.
Big fan of skipping mandatory fight sequences.
Oh yeah, I mean, just the way it works as well, it's pretty interesting to see it. I mean, it's not a glitch or anything, because obviously it's no major glitches. It's just the way the game is like designed, so we're just gonna go ahead and
Sometimes you just go around it.
I don't, you know, I don't trust the dogs after the way this run has gone so far. I don't trust the beasties. Okay. So we're coming up on our first arena skip. It's going to look like I'm just dashing through the wall on a horse-drawn open sled. Oh wow, that was a dumb joke. Let's just move on. I don't need that. I'm used to picking up every medkit. Okay. So we're going to dash this way, and we're going to dash into the corner. Hell. The corner. I said the corner of that tree. And the reason why this works is we're not skipping through the wall, we're not glitching through anything. What's happening is the trigger for the transition into the next room actually extends past the wall into that, like, just past that tree. So we're not, like, glitching through anything, we're just literally hitting the transition to the trigger to transition into the next room a little sooner than we're supposed to.
An intended oversight.
Yeah, exactly. Here comes another skip. It's gonna, oh Jesus, there we go. So that one actually works a little differently. For some reason, if you stand in a certain spot against the wall that is like supposed to lock us out from moving on, if you stand against a certain spot, the game just kind of assumes that you've done the arena and the wall comes down. It's just like, oh, you did it, okay, cool, go ahead, move on. Nothing to see here.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I'd say that all the time. We're just going to go ahead and walk around that barrel, because I have very much blown myself up on that in the past. I think my PB actually has a very embarrassing explosive barrel death, which is pretty funny to watch. Can we make it through that little gap? Yeah, there we go. So there's a tiny little gap in the wall there that we can skip instead of going around. Doesn't save too much time. It's also really finicky to do, because the game likes to pull you in directions when you're dashing across gaps. It kind of magnetizes you to platforms a little bit. So you'll try to dash to the right, and you'll just dash straight forward and move to the left. Was that module 2? I think that was module 2, wasn't it? That was number 2.
So. I mean, you are zooming. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah, plus I'm just yapping away.
How long would the casual game compare to this speedrun?
The casual, hang on, I'm stuck on the back. The casual run is, like, playing it casually is much longer because it doesn't look like it, but this game is absolutely huge. It's filled with hidden rooms, secrets, different challenges. There's actually 8 modules in every area. We only need 4 to progress, but there's actually 8 in every area, so there's a whole lot of exploration to do too. So Hyperlight Drifter is actually much bigger than it appears. I think the 100% speedrun for it is like over an hour. I think I haven't actually looked into that in a little bit, but it's a surprisingly long game, and it's surprisingly challenging too. Like it gets very difficult in places.
That gets cut down to under an hour. I mean, speedrunning is mostly just knowing the routes too, so...
yeah, exactly. Whoops. Oh, I'm gonna heal because we're coming up to the Crystal Bridge, and I have died here so many times. Like, it's unreal. Do we go... no. Well, I'd rather fall off, because the crystals actually deal 2 damage, so it's better to fall off than hit. You know what the jackal means? It means hello everyone, say hello to Gary, only this time we're going to be a little bit rude, because normally he shows off his mad skills, his incredible skills, but we're going to completely skip over the trigger for his cutscene by slipping through the wall, and go ahead, and bonk into that. So poor Gary doesn't get to show off this time, but we still say hello.
Hi Gary.
And, yeah, bye Gary, we get to see him one last time before we move on. It's pretty much just making our way to the boss. I love this room because we get to go zoo. Oh, that's not good. That's not okay. We're good. Yeah, you can. We just generally full chain dash through that room because it's just easier and we don't get hit. We are coming up on the West boss fight, and this is one I am absolutely gonna have to focus on because this is probably one of my struggle fights. So if you'll give me just a moment.
Oh boy.
Did we get the setup for it? I don't know. I think I was too. Nope, we didn't. I'll explain that. Dude, he's being very agreeable today, actually. Excellent.
Making up for the trouble the other boss gave you.
Yeah. So we absolutely got the 1 cycle on that, which is pretty tricky to do, at least for me sometimes. Because he has a whole different set of attacks once he moves into the middle of the room, and we didn't even get to see it, so good job me. I'm patting myself on the back. There is a special setup you can do where you can get an even quicker kill, because part of his cycle is that he wanders over to the enemies in the crystals in the corners, and summons them. So if we chain dash into the room and end in a specific spot, it skips all of his attacks, he just goes straight into summoning enemies, which means he just stands there and gives us free hits. Yep, we're good. So we can, if we don't destroy all the blue flowers there, the dogs get, the beasties there get stuck on them, so we can just do this without having to worrying about it. But with the tower active and our 4th Dorito collected, we are now moving on to south. aka I refer to it as Dexter's Lab, and you will see why very, very soon. Also, one of the most stressful... Oh, there's a bunk. One of the most stressful parts of the run, like south, is just intense from start to finish, because... you know what this means. Everyone get ready. Are we ready with the hellos? Everyone say hello and bye, Gary, to the final time. We will see you on the next run. So I'm gonna...
Very good outfit.
Oh wait, yeah. So while we're sliding at the end of a chain dash, you can still activate things. So I like to try and do the chain dash across the platform just to get the slide activation. Not that it doesn't save a huge amount of time, but it's just really cool to do. So we are entering the labs under the sand. I don't need a health pack actually, so we're just gonna go ahead and ignore that. I forgot to I forgot to switch. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll explain that another time. So south is intense. It can be. Well, that was a sleep move to make. Okay. Well, I guess we're doing it this way now. So south can be pretty intense. It is very unforgiving with its deaths. You can lose a lot of time with a single death. This room here being one of them. So we're gonna kill that guy, kill that guy, kill that guy, kill those. We're gonna 1, 2, kill that bug, and that's the arena done. This room isn't. No, yeah, don't get too excited. This room isn't done just yet. So we're gonna go ahead and go along here, try not to get shot. Now these crushers are insta kills, and if the crushers kill us or we die anywhere in this room, we have to redo that arena that we just passed through. So you can lose a lot of time to that room, and I have done so in the past. Let me tell you, I think I've lost runs to that room. So we're gonna go ahead, kill the bot, grab that med pack, so I'm probably gonna need it. Kill this bot, shoot that, plink this one to death. I am a little short on ammo. Actually, oops, yeah, there we go. So, here we are, module number 1. We're going to grab this, and I'm lying to you all, because it's actually a surprise mimic fight. So we're going to go ahead, oh, I'm not weapon switching right. Come on, quick kill. Oh, whew, that was really close. So the quick kill means that we get to kill the mimic before it starts moving around, and if it does, it's very problematic. It summons a whole bunch of little tiny bots that shoots bullets. It turns the fight into a bullet hell.
I'd like to see that casually though. So.
Casually, it's really cool. It's also a difficult fight because it moves around a lot and it's very hard to keep up with while dodging everything else that it's firing at you too. So, but if we stand against it and do the shotgun plinking, we can actually kill it before it even so much as thinks about moving, which is pretty cool. So we obviously got our first real module in South. We are gonna go ahead and move along to grab the rest. And I swear these little slimes get me every time. Nearly got shot there. We're gonna go ahead and kill that guy and shotgun blast those two. We're gonna go ahead, open that door, heal, and while the door opens, go grab this. And the reason I'm specifically healing here is because there's a guy that likes to fire rockets, which deal 2 damage and will also knock you off the cliff, which will finish you off. Because those rockets have serious knockback, so like it deals 2 damage, you get knocked back, and you'll fall off the cliff and die. Which is hilarious to see, not so much when you're in the middle of a run that is on PB pace, let me tell you. Again, this is another section where dying can be very unforgiving, because we won't see another checkpoint until we grab the next module, basically. Well, perfect. We're going to go ahead and avoid getting shot again. We're going to ignore the little bot. Not destroy the barrels, we're just going to go ahead and dash around them and hopefully not get shot, which we didn't. Cool. How's everybody doing, by the way? Because I'm doing wonderfully. We're going to go ahead and refill our ammo there real quick. Okay, I probably... So normally you'd have to go through a whole path, but there's actually just enough distance to skip here, dash onto that little platform there, and completely skip the entire room, effectively.
Nice.
Which is pretty neat. But we need to grab our module first before we can move on, so I'm going to just deal with these so they don't sneak up on me. Switch to the shotgun, dash, dash, step forward. Okay, we nearly got it. So if you shoot the barrels at the back in a certain way, you can kill just about everything in that room in one go, which is pretty neat. Also, timing on it's a little odd. We're coming up to the next boss fight, which is Archer, which I'm going to talk a little bit now. Archer is a fight that can get out of hand very quickly, so she'll shoot arrows at us repeatedly. We try to avoid them, not just to avoid taking damage, but because if she shoots us, she moves to a different part of the arena quicker than she would as if she missed. If we don't get her by the end of the first cycle, she starts putting explosive mines down on the floor, which will deal 2 damage and kill us pretty quickly. There's a neat little skip in this room. Normally you'd go the long way around. But if we go here, there's actually a little thin platform at the back. If we go away, no, don't. I'm gonna die here. No, no, I refuse. There we go. Wiggle, wiggle, and wrong angle. Wiggle, wiggle. I swear, I used to do this so there we go. So there's a little thin little platform at the back.
Yeah, I can see it a little bit.
Yeah, you can only reach it if you wiggle yourself a little. I'm gonna finish that thought after this fight because I need to concentrate for a second here. So, well. Wow, oh my god. How did that happen? I have never died that quickly there before. Ooh, that's... thank god we got that checkpoint though.
You probably still had just the 1 health afterwards, didn't you? From that previous part.
Yeah, quite possibly. So there we go. That's Archer.
Nice.
As you notice, if she hits you, she moves a lot sooner than if she misses. If she makes it through her first cycle, she'll stop and summon 4 mines on the floor, and that gets messy. Like I said, it's a boss that can get out of hand very quickly. I mean, you can potentially kill the boss with the mines. I've done it like once, and it's pretty hilarious when it happens. But it's not worth trying, because if you fail, you die. So that's our boss. We have our 3rd module. I didn't get the module, didn't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got the 3rd module. We have the final tower, but we still have 1 module left to go, and it's everyone's favorite module because it is the dash challenge module. Oh wow, this doesn't. Come on. Okay, well my timing's all off apparently. So we're gonna go ahead in here, and I'm gonna count out to 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and dash left, and we make it perfect. Oh, and we even got the slide activation too. I actually took my time to sit and count that out at one point, because that can be surprisingly difficult to do. I've died and lost runs in this room. Well, I forgot to do. I was so impressed with myself, I forgot to teleport at the same time.
It happens.
Speedrunner brain got burr. We are now done with South, which means we are finally heading to Judgment. Also, I like to call Squidward, and you'll see why. Fun fact: if we, well, I didn't get it, but if you slide past the lift, the elevator, and activate it at the same time, you just sort of sink through the floor. It's kind of cool to see. We can also move around on the elevator in the transition too. But it kind of pushes you back. I've actually fallen off there and died once. It was pretty funny. Well, I didn't die, but I lost health to it. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. We'll come up on Judgment. Hopefully, if all goes well, you're not going to see Judgment's actual attacks at all. Casually, it can be a pretty difficult fight. Speedrun-wise...
Really curious why it's called Squidward.
Oh, you'll see. If you watch the arena, the rooms carefully as we dash through, you might get little glimpses of it. 1, 2, there we go. So Judgment has a number of different attacks. Most of them deal 2 damage. He'll charge against the wall and then create a bullet hell and then blast a giant laser. And hopefully, assuming this goes better than the rest of the run so far, we're not going to see any of that. So we're going to go ahead and activate this thing. I can't remember what it's called. Actually, the official name, I think it's called the cell, the final cell, something like that. So I'm going to take a moment, because there is an audio cue we use right at the start to let me know when I can start attacking, and I really want this to go well. So fingers crossed, everyone cross your fingers. Ooh. Oh, that's okay. Well, we're improvising. So yeah, so that's the attack set. Yeah, so that's the attack set. Oh, this is terrible. I don't have the ammo I need. Okay.
It's a Squidward because the way the cape looks.
Yeah, because of the little tentacles at the bottom.
Yeah.
And the boss is dead. So we're going to leave the room, and time will be as soon as the screen fades completely to black. And I'm going to bonk on every pillar on the way out, it seems.
Gotta bonk.
And time.
GG.
I gotta say, the worst run I've ever had. So yeah, that is Hyperlight Drifter. That is the Alt Drifter speedrun. I hope everyone had fun, enjoyed the run. Well, it was definitely something, I'll tell you.
I definitely need to remember to play this game that I've had since its release.
You absolutely should. Thank you for the GGs. So if you are interested in seeing more of this run and potentially learn it yourself, you can go check out the speedrun.com/HLD page. The community is super welcoming and helpful. I'm actually good. No, I'm not going to skip through the credits because that's a potential epilepsy warning right there. So yeah, that is the run. Hopefully it didn't go quite as smoothly as I would have liked, but whatever does. You can find me for more of panicked orchid noises on twitch.tv/TheDivineOrchid. I pretty much only stream this these days. So who knows? You're welcome to drop by and laugh at more random noises and silly mistakes. And thank you, Val, for joining me, by the way. I super appreciate the company and keeping me on track with the questions.
It was a pleasure.
So yeah, that's pretty much it from me, I guess.
Well, thank you so much for that amazing run. That was fantastic. And oh my gosh, I could barely follow anything. That's so much is happening at once.
Yeah, commenting with it is difficult to keep up. When they go well, the boss fights happen super quick, so...
Well, that was wonderful. And thank you so much for showcasing that for us. We will see you two later. And for now, we're going to be jumping into an intermission, and we will be back. Well, we had some amazing showcases today. What a blast! I hope everyone had just as fun as I did, because I had so much fun hanging out with everyone today. But next time on Attract Mode, on Thursday, July 20th at 9 p.m. EDT, Big Scared is playing Space Channel 5 VR. Kinda funkin' newsflash. And then on Sunday, July 23rd at 2 p.m. EDT, P Cool is playing Assassin's Creed 2, Crash the Game %. And hey ladies, do you have a showcase you'd like to show off to the world? Maybe submit your idea to Attract Mode. You're welcome to submit any type of showcase as long as it's game related. Want to go fast? Want to show off your Animal Crossing town? Maybe you want to paint a mural or compose some music. Maybe you want to bake a video game related pie or show off your game dev skills. Anything gaming related, we would love to see what you've got for us. Just visit LadyArcaders.com for more details. Now that was an amazing time, but now we're going to be rating. So we're going to be rating Black Heart Wings channel, where she is hosting a mutual aid marathon for her Boston Fund. They're a great friend of Lady Arcaders, and we want to show her some support, so be sure to stick around for our raid. And of course, thank you everyone for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your evening. Emmie Elliott, out.